Hi friends, it's Miss Kelley, and today I'm going to read a silly book. It's a fractured fairy tale, which means that it's like a fairy tale, but the author gave it a twist. So I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this. It's called The Three Little Aliens and the Big Bad Robot. So what does that remind you of? Maybe the three little pigs and the big bad wolf. So, but you can see the setting is different. It's not in a forest, it's on a new planet. Now, maybe it's on Mars because Mars is also called the Red Planet. This book is by Margaret McNamara and Mark Fearing. So, look at this. First they look like a spaceship, but then what do you see going up here? Legs. And those guys kind of look like little minions, except they're green. So some of them have different expressions on their face. He looks really scared. He may be confused. She looks pretty brave, doesn't she? Like, you don't scare me, big bad robot. So, do you have some predictions? Do you have some wonders? All right, let's start to read The Three Little Aliens and the Big Bad Robot. Here we go. Oh. So, this is cool because this is our solar system. And it starts with Mercury, then Venus, then Earth. This is our planet. Then Mars, then Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and then there's some controversy. Past here is Pluto. Some people say it's a planet, some people say it isn't. So you can see the planets are all different sizes, and over here would be the sun. Okay, so here we go. Uh-oh. Title page. Once there was a mama alien who had three little aliens. They were called Bork, Gork, and oh my goodness, you can't even pronounce it. Nicklickwizzka. Bork, Gork, and Nicklickwiz grew up in an old-fashioned house in a snug, cozy crater on a tiny little planet. As the eons passed, their house got too crowded. I love the illustrations. It's time for you to go out into the universe and find a planet of your own, their mama told them, giving them each a hug. But remember, watch out for the big bad robot. It wants to chew you up. So Bork, Gork, and Nicklickwiz took off. Bye, Mama, they cried. Bye, kids, she shouted back. Always stick together, she added. Then she sniffed a little bit. And call me every once in a while. I wonder where they live. But they're going off into the solar system. The three little aliens traveled far and fast. That's a cute planet, said Bork. Too hot, said Nicklickwiz. How about that one? Asked Gork. Too crowded, replied Nicklickwiz. They darted around a meteor. Are we there yet? Asked Bork. Just past the next bend, a big planet swirling with dust loomed into view. Bork spotted a shiny space rover zipping around its mountains and plains. Awesome, she said. I'm going to live in that. Ma said to stick together, cried Nicklickwiz. But Bork had already zipped too far away to hear. Ooh. Do you think that's a good idea? If your mama says to stick together, you should stick together. Nick Wixt and Gork traveled on. Nick Wixt didn't like the looks of the next planet either. "Nowhere to breathe," he gasped. "Picky, picky," Gork said. Then just ahead, he spied a giant planet with huge golden rings around it. That planet's Saturn. He jumped on a passing satellite and caught a ride on a ring. "Whee!" he squealed. "This is what I call home." "We can't live on a ring that goes around in circles," yelled Niklawixka. "We'll get dizzy." But Gork wasn't paying any attention. What did their mama say? Are they sticking together? Nope. Ooh. Now Niklawixka was all alone. He traveled deeper and deeper into space until he spotted a massive blue planet far out in the galaxy. It had 13 moons and refreshing breezes. "This faraway place is where I'll build my home," he said. "It will be safe from the big bad robot." It's blue and green like Earth, but it isn't Earth. We don't have 13 moons. Niklawixka found everything he needed to make sturdy walls. He gathered stardust to keep his home bright and found solar panels to keep it warm. Then he grabbed a tall, shiny telescope. "This'll do for a chimney," he said, though no one heard him. Rock by rock and row by row, Niklawixka built the perfect house. When he was finished, he sat down and locked the door. His house was not very zippy or cool, but it was very safe, and there was room enough for all 3 little aliens. "I hope they come to visit soon," said Niklawixka. Do you think they will? Uh-oh. Then one galactic dawn, there was a rumbling in the universe. "Great, boink, meep, peedly, deep, ork, eep." It was the big, bad robot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bork was so busy on her swirly red planet that she didn't hear the robot's call. She didn't feel its giant footsteps as it leapt from star to star. And she didn't see the robot until it was right in front of her rover. What do you think she'll do? Little alien, bleeped the robot. Pull over! Pull over! Not by the wheels of my trusty space rover, cried Bork bravely. Then I'll crack and smack and whack your house down, meeped the robot. And just like that, the robot cracked and smacked and whacked Bork's shiny rover into 100 pieces. As fast as the speed of sound, Bork jetted away, the robot close behind her. Just as the robot was about to eat her up, she spotted Gork's satellite house. Gork! Gork! Help me! She cried. But she led the big bad robot to her brother's house. But Gork was having so much fun surfing on the rings of his giant planet that he didn't hear Bork's cries. He didn't see the robot chomping on comets and ripping open black holes until the big bad robot caught Gork's satellite in his huge metal claw. Oh no! And before Gork could fly beneath the radar, that robot clattered and scattered and shattered Gork's satellite into 1,000 pieces. Greep, boink, meep, ork, deep, peedly, eep, ipe, eep. Gork barely escaped. Over here, cried Bork. Stick together! At the speed of light, Bork and Gork blasted out into space with a big, bad robot getting closer all the time. "Where can we hide?" asked Gork.
"Let's find Nicklowitzka,"
cried Bork.
"He'll know what to do."
Boy, pretty dangerous out there in space. Nicklowitzka had heard the robot's roar. He had seen what was going on with his brother and sister through his telescope, and he was ready. He flashed his solar panels halfway across the universe.
"There he is!"
cried Bork and Gork, and they zoomed to Nicklowitzka's house as fast as a hurtling asteroid.
"Get inside!" cried Nicklowitzka. "No time to waste!"
Look who's behind them. No sooner had Bork and Gork slammed Nicklowitzka's solid space rock door than they heard the robot rumbling. little alien," he squeaked. "Let me come in."
"Not by the slime on my chinny chin chin,"
cried Nicklowitzka. "Then I will smack and crack and whack your house down," zeeped the robot. Who's the brave one now? The big bad robot bashed and crashed Nicklowitzka's strong, solid house. Nothing happened. Then it pounded and smashed really hard. Not a crack. Then it loaded up its triple blaster and zapped that house but good. But that house would not fall down. So the robot forced its way into the little alien's house right down the chimney.
"Creep, body."
The aliens covered their ears and waited for the robot to chomp them up. Oh, what do you think's gonna happen? Uh-oh. But halfway down the telescope, that robot got stuck tight. It strained and struggled, it moaned, it groaned. Nicklowitzka's house shook and shuddered. But did it fall down? It did not. The robot gave one more mighty cry and burst into 1,000,000 pieces.
"Cool,"
said Bork. "Awesome," said Gork.
"Just as I planned,"
said Nicklowitzka. There's just one thing missing," said Bork. What do you think is missing? Do you have a prediction? Who's missing?
"Phone home,"
said Gork, so Nicklowitzka did.
"Ma," he said, "we have the coziest house in the galaxy. Won't you come over and tuck us in?"
The end. Even little aliens need their mamas. I hope you liked the book. I did. I thought it was fun. And I hope you connected to some of our fairy tales we read. I'll see you later.